One of my favorite Arnold movies. But it doesn't get any praise that it deserves. It got really bad reviews when it came out. And it's called The Last Action Hero. Now, I think this is one of Arnold's last great, truly great. I mean, of course, True Lies is great. Eraser, I'd like the Eraser. True, all those are great. But this movie right here, I think, is one of my all-time favorite Arnold movies, besides Terminator 2 and stuff, and Predator. But the opening of this movie, the opening is the most badass opening ever. The Jack Slater 4 opening is so awesome. The music, I think, was that Megadeth? I think is playing.
A lot of that's the thing. I hadn't watched this movie until you made me do it. All I knew about it was it had a good soundtrack, which the soundtrack on it's amazing. You got Jerry Cantrell, AC/DC, Megadeth. Great, absolutely great soundtrack. But the movie, I'll give you pushback all day long. This is the movie that broke Arnold.
I know. I was watching a documentary today about Arnold and how this movie did so bad and how it broke him, And I don't understand why it did so bad. It's such a good movie. It's so funny. It's so over the top, and it's meant to be over the top.
It's too
it's very self-aware.
over the top.
Oh, I think it's great. The action is in violence is so over the top. It's hilarious. I love it.
It's too far. It's just they're beating you over the head with how ridiculous this is. That was my problem.
I disagree. I loved it. You have Danny DeVito who plays that little cat
voices the
cop,
animated,
which is just ridiculous. Yeah. And you have all the girls walking around looking ridiculous, and every girl is a 10. That's why he's trying hey, why are these girls so hot for? This is not real. This is a movie, and whenever they go to the video store and then you see Sylvester Stallone as Terminator 2, and that's just, dude, that is so funny. That is so funny because you know how those two had beef? They hated each other. I thought this movie was excellent. It's one of my. I don't know why. I can't believe you don't like this movie.
Yeah, I avoided
it. Is so over the top
for a long
awesome.
time because of all the word of mouth, and I wish I could have kept avoiding it. It was painful. The little kid, he was super painful for me.
He is the worst part about the movie, but Arnold does so good. And there's so many good quotes in this movie. All right, my favorite line of the movie.
May I help you?
Yes. Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
I beg your pardon?
It's a beautiful day, and we're out killing drug dealers. Are there any in the house?
That quote, that movie, or that quote right there, I thought was so funny when they're doing that. And we also got one of the best actors ever. He's also, you know him from Game of Thrones. You know what I'm talking about?
No, who?
The villain in this movie.
Oh,
he's Tyrion's dad.
Yeah, he's Tywin Lannister.
Yeah, and he's he is so awesome. He's not your typical
I didn't put that
villain,
together
where they're
you just mentioned it. Yeah, that damn sure is, because his stupid fucking eye just annoyed me the whole damn time.
Really, I thought it was. I loved his eye. I thought it was so cool. And he's not your typical villain where they're just. He was almost like a Lex Luthor type villain. He was really smart, and he would just outsmart Arnold the whole time.
Was he really smart, or did he just surround himself with idiots like the guy that couldn't get any damn saying right? It was just.
Yeah, no, I know. I loved it. I love that the smuck. He keeps calling his boss the smuck.
I see where they had a good premise, but it just, and researching this blew my fucking mind that Shane Black wrote this. I love Shane Black.
I don't know who Shane Black is.
Oh my God, you don't know Shane Black? God, I don't want to give shit away for mine, but he wrote Lethal Weapon, Monster Squad, Last Boy Scout, friggin' Long Kiss
really?
Goodnight.
Look at him now. Wow.
He's
Oh, I know who he is. He's the guy in Predators. Yeah, I know who he is. Okay.
But that's when he
Or
fucking
Predator.
yeah,
Predator.
that was
Sorry.
a steaming pile of shit too. But
I'm like, no, the original Predator. He was in the movie.
yeah. I thought you were talking about the last one that he directed.
No. All that
Yeah.
shit sucks. I wouldn't even mention that.
Yeah, that was horrible. But yeah, he was in it. But yeah, he has a knack of writing great dialogue. Like as a kid, I fucking loved Monster Squad.
And you didn't like the dialogue in this movie? I thought the movie
No.
dialogue was awesome. I
No,
loved
because
it.
I can see where there was lots of hands in there. Because I guarantee Shane Black kind of distanced himself from this. Something happened. I don't know if for the director, studio, or what, but this is a little bit different, especially at that time, than what Shane Black was doing. There was too many cooks in the kitchen on this one. Because he's very smart. He wouldn't go so over the fucking top like this was. To the point of ridiculousness.
Well, I think they were making it that way because by this time, action movies were kind of not the same. They're kind of going down a little bit. Like Arnold wasn't in his classic roles too much anymore, and they're kind of trying to make it. I think they're just making it self-aware, which I thought was maybe. Now, when I watch it now, I like it even more than when I watched it the first time. When I was younger. Because I get all the subtlety, all the over the top action, and all the over top phrases and all that stuff. I get it. I know what they're doing, and I find that funny.
Yeah, it was a hard view for me. I had to take 2 breaks because it was just too much. Yeah,
Really?
It was just
Wow.
too ridiculous for me.
Well, if you like ridiculous movies, this is a movie for you. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite Arnold movies, and you should definitely check it out if you have
There
not
was
watched
a
the last
couple
Action
of
Hero.
moments here and there, but yeah, it was just a little too much.
The worst part is the child, is the
God.
boy. He is the worst part.
And the third
but
act was
the movie itself
pretty
is awesome.
rough.
It was all right, It was predictable.
Yeah, it was just
But-
very, very rough.
It's the third act is the weakest part of the whole movie because once he gets
Yeah.
out into the real world, it's not quite. It is funny because he's when he's on the cars jumping from car to car and he gets hurt and then he does the chicken thing and he almost kills himself, and it's not as funny because it's not over the top no more like it was when he's in the movie. Like whenever he kills the guy with the snow cone, it's like
Christ.
what? It's so funny, It's so funny.
But yeah, because when
But
this
anyways.
came out, this was at the end of the excess of the 80s, the big, huge action films.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Even music was taking a turn, which that could have hurt this too, because a lot of that stuff was going away because of the grunge movement and everything. Like AC/DC was going away. They were not near as popular a couple of years later. Alice in Chains, they were always very relevant from the time they came out, in my opinion. But Megadeth, they took a hit because of this shift of music taste, and it's just the general public was taking a big change, going away
right.
from the
You're right,
excess
yeah.
of the Reagan era, and now you got Clinton coming in, and there was just a huge change at that time in America.
And if you watch any movie nowadays, all you get is pop. Very few movies. John Wick 4 has some pretty awesome music in it. Very few movies nowadays is anything but
Yeah.
pop. And that's why I hate most
Some of the
movies.
best soundtracks came out in the 90s. Like, in my
Oh, yeah.
opinion,
Oh,
like Judgment Night, Jesus Christ.
Spawn. Spawn had
Well,
an
see,
excellent
Spawn
soundtrack.
is a ripoff of Judgment Night. Yeah, Judgment
really?
Night came out, and that's where they put metal people with rap artists. Well, Spawn did the same thing. They took metal people and put them with friggin' like electronic, techno-y kind of people.
Oh, okay. We also got Queen of the Damned that came out in the 90s. That was
Jonathan
an awesome
Davis.
soundtrack. Jonathan Davis, yeah.
But yeah, Spawn had great stuff. Trip Like I Do, holy shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I love that song. Love that
And then
song.
there's a
Love
and
the
on,
video.
And on the Spawn, there's one that I don't know if you'll remember it, but I love that song. It's the Manson Skin Up, Pin Up. I can't remember who they did it with, but and dude, this movie, I like I said, I think this is the one that broke Arnold because his movies just weren't the same after that.
Well, True Lies came out after, and it was really
good,
you know,
but did it?
Really good.
I don't think it had the same box office draw as everything else. I think he lost a lot due to this flop.
I don't know. My taste of movies is different. You know, I think this movie's excellent, and
Which I know a lot of people love this movie. I just, from what I saw from the trailers, I could tell that kid was going to annoy the piss out of me back in the day, and I was right. He's annoying.
He is annoying. When I watch it again today, or again, like when I watched it, he is annoying. Yeah, he is the most annoying part of the movie, but still definitely worth a watch. If you're an Arnold movie, I would definitely check this out. If you like over-the-top action flicks, this is the movie for you.
You're a fan of Family Guy because of that. And I'm not. Yeah. I think Family Guy is way too ADD, and it's just kind of annoying to me. And that's where this one got with for me. But yeah, I can see where a lot of people that have that kind of sense of humor, that they love it. But it just wasn't my thing.